and welcome back to Sign Language Worship. My name is Mandy, and I am so glad that you are here. Sign Language Worship is a YouTube channel dedicated to teaching you how to use sign language in order to worship our Lord and Savior. Today and tomorrow we will be learning Yes, I Will by Vertical Worship. It came in as a request a couple months ago. I must apologize. I don't remember who requested it. I am getting quite a few requests these days. But yes, I wanted to do this song for two purposes. First, for that request, but also it is on the set. I'll be participating in our church's online worship night coming up. And this is one of the songs that we'll be doing. When I have more details about that event, I will definitely pass them along to you in case you'd like to partake in that. Okay, but Yes, I Will, a vertical worship. So we're gonna try and do this whole thing. It's gonna be a doozy video, but I think we can do it. Just remember, I am left-handed. That means if you are right-handed, you're gonna mirror my signs. If you look below the video, in the description, there's a link to print out the lyrics or purchase the song. And last but not least, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, I count on one thing. So we're not gonna sign count here because that's to physically 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead, we're gonna say I rely, okay? So I, it's up to you, either point to yourself or the letter I at your chest, and then rely. Open hands and then bring them down into fists. Okay, rely. I rely on one, okay, index finger up, one, and then thing, your palm up, and just kind of move it out a little, okay? So I rely on one thing. I rely on one thing. The same God who never fails. This is a sign for same. Okay, so you have your middle fingers all bent, but your thumb and your pinky is out. Same, okay? The same God. God is a B down the middle of your face, okay? God who never fails. So never, you take your hand with an open palm and you kind of make the top of a question mark, okay? Never. Never. And then fails, you have your non-dominant hand with an open palm and you have your fist here with your index finger out and you shoot it across for fails. Okay? Let's try that from the top. I rely on one thing, the same God who never fails will not fail me now, you won't fail me now. Okay, so will, but probably I will leave that out. I'm just gonna go not. So for that you have kind of a thumbs up and you go out from your chin and shake your head no, not. Fail me, and then now. It's that same hand position as same, but this time it's facing you. Now, okay? And sometimes I do both hands just for emphasis, but it's not necessary. Okay? Fail me now, and then again, you pointing to God in heaven won't fail me now. Okay, let's try that from the top. I count on one thing. The same God who never fails will not fail me now. You will not fail me now. Okay, and then moving on, in the waiting. So you can sign in, but I'll probably just do, this is a sign for waiting. Okay, your palms are up and you're just kind of shaking your fingers. Waiting, okay? Waiting. So in the waiting, the same God who's never late, never, and then late, it's like you kind of show something behind you, okay? Late. Late is working all things out, is working all things out. So for this, you can do, he is fixing, so you have your palm out and you're just kind of fixing with your index finger. You kind of shake it on there. Fixing everything, okay? You're fixing everything, or you can say working everything, working everything. Okay, it's totally up to you. Whatever you like, you can do there. Okay, let's try it from the top, I count on one thing, the same God who never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now. In the waiting, The same God who's, never, important to have the never in there, right? We don't want to say God's late. Never late is working all things out. He's working all things out. Okay? I like to sign exactly the word that I'm hearing just because it's simple, but sometimes you do need to change it just to make sure you get that meaning across. So I totally understand that people who would rather go with fixing. Okay? Fixing all things. And then fixing all things. This is a sign for things, and you don't have to do that. You can just say fixing all. Okay? Okay, let's try from the top one last time before we move on. I count on one thing. The same God who never fails will not fail me now. You won't fail me now. And then in the waiting, the same God who's never late is working all things out. You're working all things out. Now, yes, I will. Okay, so moving on to the chorus. If you want to, take a break and come back when you're ready, but moving on to the chorus, yes, I will. So for yes, you have your hand like this. Yes. Okay, and it's good to shake your head at the same time. Yes. Okay, so yes, I, and then will. It's a hand out from the side of your face to the future. Okay? Yes, I will. Lift you high. Lift. Okay? Lift you, and then high is an H. Up high. Okay? Now, sometimes I go high like that. Totally up to you. Okay, so yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Okay, so like this. Okay, lowest valley. You can do in the valley if you want. That's up to you. Yes, I will. Bless your name. Yes, I will. And then bless. So for this, you kind of have fists, but your thumbs are out just a bit, and you're here at your chin, and you kind of go out like this. Okay? Bless, bless, bless your, and then name. It's two H's, kind of making a cross like this. And I really love to lift that name high when I'm signing this song. You're also welcome just to keep it here. And then, yes, I will sing for joy. Yes, I will sing. Okay, so for that, you have your non-dominant hand out like this, and it's a melody with your dominant hand. Sing for joy. Okay, joy is like this. Sometimes you see it just with the pinkies or with a full hand. Okay, sing for joy when my heart is heavy. So when, you can do that if you want. I find it kind of busy and often drop when, but it's up to you. So for that, you take your dominant index finger going around your non-dominant and then touch them. When my heart, and then is heavy. So for heavy, it's like this, like you're holding something heavy, but I like to do sad. Okay, so your middle finger is always your feeling finger. That's how we show emotion. Sad. Okay, when my heart is heavy. All my days, so all, taking your dominant hand and going around your non-dominant hand. All my days, and then yes, I will. Okay, let's try the chorus. Okay, we're gonna do the chorus. So yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Oh yes, I will. Okay? Okay, one last part to learn, guys. You are doing great. It's not very often that we do a whole song in a single tutorial, so stick with me, or hey, go back and then come back when you're ready. That's okay too. Okay, so the bridge now. The bridge. I choose to praise, to glorify, to glorify. So for this, we're just going to do I, okay? Or pointing to yourself. And then praise is clapping and moving up towards heaven, okay? Praise, praise. And then to glorify, glorify. So for that, you're going to take your non-dominant hand, have an open palm, middle finger on your dominant hand, and then coming out, moving your fingers like this. Now, sometimes I'll do glorify and then glorify, and sometimes I'll do glorify, glorify. Can't guarantee. It's kind of an in-the-moment decision, okay? And it can be an in-the-moment decision for you too, unless you're signing with a group. Then you need to decide and stick with it, okay? So glorify, glorify, the name of all names. So here you have a choice. You can just do a name and then lift it high for all names, or you can do name of all names. Okay, that's a lot, I understand. So especially if you're a beginner signer or you're teaching some kids how to sign this song, just go name and then lift it up to heaven, okay? It's because then that's the name on high. And then nothing can stand against. So for this, you're making your O's, nothing, okay? Nothing can stand. So you're taking your dominant hand and standing on your non-dominant and then against. That's everything, guys. We've learned it all. Okay, so that bridge repeats 4 times, so let's practice it a couple times. So I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against. I praise, glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against. One last time. I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against. Okay? Who's ready to try it from the top? Okay, a full walk through. Take a deep breath. Okay, here we go. I count on one thing. The same God who never fails will not fail me now. You will not fail me now. In the waiting, the same God who's never late is working all things out, working all things out. Then that chorus, yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Yes, I will. Okay, and when we're actually signing that with the music, then it'll go back to the beginning there and repeat before we get to the bridge, okay? But we won't do that right now. Just know when we're signing with the music, that repeats. So, I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against, and that repeats 4 times. We'll do it just one more time. I choose to praise, to glorify, glorify the name of all names. Nothing can stand against. And then after that repeats 4 times, it goes, oh, one more time, back to that wonderful chorus. Oh, yes, I will lift you high in the lowest valley. Oh, yes, I will bless your name. Yes, I will sing for joy when my heart is heavy all my days. Yes, I will for all my days. Yes, I will. Okay, so I know it's not very often we learn a whole song in a single tutorial, so it's okay if you're gonna do it over a couple different days, a couple parts. Totally fine. Don't worry about mistakes. Remember, God cares far more about the condition of our heart than the position of our hands. I hope wherever you are healthy and you are well, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video when we sign with the music. Bye. Now to him who is able to do far more than we can ask or imagine according to the power within us. God gave us the power to change the world, and I just pray that you go and show God's love this week, and we'll see you next week for another song. Bye.